Good morning. Good morning. Deep water. Shallow water. It's also in Hebrew. There are more signs over there. And then we say thumbs up. That's another sign. And we smile. What's a smile? Well, first of all, it's an expression of happiness, joy, satisfaction, contentment. And when we smile at another person, it's affirming that their presence is a joy. I am in your presence. You're in my presence, and I rejoice. I celebrate that. I am delighted to see you. And it's a smile. So the smile is a physical thing on our face, but it works like a sign. It's much warmer than a thumbs up. And then there's a smile with the hug. When grandma meets the little grandchild, such satisfaction, such joy. And I see here right now on my screen, good morning. And it has folded hands in prayer, then it has a face, and it has a heart. There's something, it's a flower in between a tulip, and then it has a blue thumbs up, and then it has another heart with a white heart in the middle of it, and the number 2 is written beside it. But if you see the number 2 in Arabic, it looks very different. Look what the trucks are doing here. Amazing. These big trucks bringing in the supplies for the construction here. As the work continues, the gates closed, we'll have to find a way to get in some morning for you. So, signs. Oh, look at all the signs that are here. And then you go on the road, and there are road signs. And you go to work using machinery, and there are signs. And inside Ducan Altum, there are exit signs, how you come out. There are signs in the liturgy. Let's give each other the sign of peace. In the morning, red sky at the morning, shepherd's warning. So we understand a lot through signs. A smoke flare, a hand waving, a hand pointing in a direction. It's a physicality, but there's much more in the physicality than just the physicality. There's a whole meaning. And so life without signs wouldn't work for us human beings. Good morning. 2 pilgrims doing my live stream in the morning.
We were just thinking that's how we watched the sunrise.
You watched the sunrise, yeah. I have a problem here with. There we go. God bless you.
Bless you.
So that group is leaving this morning, and another one arrived yesterday evening, also from the US. And today, all the themes are in a certain sense about signs. Jonah is a sign from God sent to Nineveh. And actually, Jesus refers to this sign as an example. when the people are demanding signs to prove to them that Jesus has credentials. Credentials are also a sign. But signs aren't the only thing, and knowledge isn't the only thing. There's also trust. There's also freedom. There's a whole dynamic going on in our lives. What's the first sign we have? I think it's creation itself. And we even use the word, it dawned on me that today is Friday or Saturday, or it dawned on me that today is my mom's birthday, or it dawned on me. It's the dawn. So we use that physical reality to communicate the lighting up of my brain to discover some reality. It's amazing how all of this works in our lives, in our culture. And really culture it's without signs wouldn't be culture. We're talking, we make a sound, and this sound means food, and this other sound means drink. But that's all conventional as well. We understand the signs. And here comes Jesus teaching, and people want to have everything totally clear, that he is the Messiah. They want it proven to them. They want him to do some stunning sign, like, I don't know what. And it's a real part of our faith, the signs. We even use a prayer, the sign of the cross. We call it the sign of the cross. The ashes on Ash Wednesday is a sign. But sometimes we have a lot of signs we don't even read. We ignore, we don't pay attention, we're so used to them, and we forget what they're communicating. Like, what is all of creation communicating to you? To you, not in theories and books and philosophies. What's this sunrise communicating to you this morning? Well, that's yours. You have to work that out. But for me, it's communicating an extraordinary love. The regularity of nature, the constancy, the singing of the birds, the flowers, the biology we know that's behind all of that, the chemistry we know that's behind all the biology, the physics that's even more basic principles of how nature is constructed, electromagnetics, the nature of light, energy, the transmission of energy through light. It works on the chlorophyll, the way our DNA works, the way genetics work, the way so much works in all of our physical created reality that we see and ponder and think about. What an amazing sign. The immensity of the universe is a sign for me. The detail in the inside of a little flower that's so small is a sign for me. A sign of extraordinary love and power and care. The biggest sign really in all of this physical world is the human being. And that's the core to our faith, because the respect we pay to a human being is understood and revealed to us to be respect that's received by God. And the disrespect paid to a human being is disrespect shown to God. The rejection that it implies. This is an extraordinary reality. And therefore then the ethical responsibility vis-a-vis human beings. This is an amazing feature. And then the next biggest sign for me, I will talk now as a Christian, is I would say, like, so intense, is the crucifixion. Something that was done by the Romans, but the crucifixion of one person who walked around the Sea of Galilee here, teaching mutual respect to each other, the respect for every human being, and became a threat to exploitation and those who exploit. It became a threat to those who took dominion of a religious reality and needed a much broader and deeper understanding. And this loving messenger was crucified, and he rose again. There was an empty tomb, which is also a sign, and the clothes and the witnesses. For me, this is the biggest sign, especially the crucifixion, the way it happened, that it was a victory of love. It wasn't just a violent deed. There was that on Good Friday, but we actually call it Good Friday. So the sign of Jonah, there are two ways to cut that probably. One way would be just to see why Nineveh converted. Like Jonah was no impressive guy. He was a miserable wretch, fasting and walking and crying out a message they didn't want to hear. And yet the grace of God touched their hearts and they converted. So they saw and heard in the words of Jonah, in the person of Jonah, a reason through which the grace of God touched their hearts and they converted. And in their freedom they decided to convert. They didn't rebel. They didn't hold on to their way of life, but they responded with justice, with mercy, with reparation, with penance, with prayer, and they turned back to God. And so that particular event became a sign that Jesus could use to communicate to the people, the sign of Jonah. And the other way to cut it is the 3 days in the belly of the whale. And this image is particularly brought out then, and I think in John's Gospel, in that conversation. So, as he was 3 days in the belly of the whale, so the Son of Man will be buried and rise on the third day. Another level of the sign of Jonah. And for me, that's really the sign. That's one of the main reasons why the cross is the key sign that's universally understood to represent those who follow Jesus, who hold the Christian faith. We know the cross is the first part of the story, and the other side is the resurrection. And then all of that means that I need to be able to accept the cross and the resurrection in my own life, be able to wait for the resurrection when I'm right now at the cross. And that requires generosity to move my freedom to accept. So there's faith involved, there's generosity involved, but there's also the sign. And what I would say would maybe a good conclusion for us today, or a good point of further reflection to process, would be, what are the signs in your life that count? And actually each of us has lots of signs in our own lives, the way providence has taken us and leading us ever more to a greater understanding of his mercy, of his love, of his will to give us life, to fill us with the fullness beyond all our dreams and expectations, and the abundance of creation, the abundance of stars, the abundance of atoms, the abundance of birds, the abundance of God's love, and the detail of God's love, and the power of his love and his creation, and the permanence of the mountains. And we're going to be much more permanent than the mountains forever. It's amazing, people, what a mystery of life. Process the signs in your life. Connect the dots about how God is present in your life. Read the signs of the times as well. And let's not be overwhelmed by all the negative reporting, because sometimes people point too many fingers at that problem. We ignore all the great signs of the love and the incredible generosity and beauty of the acts of kindness and the millions of acts of kindness and goodness in the world. And you're part of that because you spread those acts of kindness and goodness. God bless you. See you later, alligators. Lovely spring morning here in Galilee, at the Sea of Galilee here in Magdala. God bless you. Look at that light pouring in, abundant.